Good evening, everybody, and how are you on this wet and drizzly Wednesday evening? Oh, I nearly stood up there. Did you see that? Before I brought the guys in. And here we have my worms for tonight. We've got JP, we've got Mark, we've got your mama was a snowblower, and we've got Scott the Blue Light Turner as well. So I'll pop these guys back in the background. Get my YouTube chat up because it's easier to deal with. And show you what I'm going to be doing tonight. So tonight I'm going to be doing this. It's a bit bleached out because this piece of wood is very white. It's a piece of holly that I got given last week. I'm going to pick some more up tomorrow. But there's loads of branches coming out of this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's about 11 branches coming out of this. So I'm going to be using my bull gouge to turn this. It is in spindle orientation, but I'm going to be using my bull gouge because a lot of it is going to be turned as if it was a bowl. It's going to be a smallish vase. I'll decide on colour or not once I get the shape done. And now I'll start turning and I'll hand the chat over to the guys and they can let me know what's going on.
Oh, okay. Who's going to take it?
You.
Me?
You.
Right.
You.
Okay. Let me scroll up a bit then so I don't miss anybody out. Right. So StreamYard's out in the chat. Oh no, that's right. Right. Pete can twist. Sorry, Pete. Pete can twist it. You sure you want me doing it? Pete from Twisted Trees is out there. Dave Oatley's out there. Doug Miller from Wood Spun Rounds out there. Chris Spinning Wood Dodgers out there. Who else? Keep scrolling down. Douglas Mungham's out there. Andy H for Turning is out there. Let's keep going down a bit more. Brian over at Heartwood Turning is out there. Terry Bartlett. Let's keep scrolling down. Let it wait until it refreshes. Robert Dolman's out there. Wood Wizardry by Colin is out there. Ruby Clare is out there. How you doing, Ruby? Let's keep scrolling down. The lovely Joe Senior is out there. Let's keep going. David Nichols out there. I've said Terry Bartlett, Robert Dolman. James Crawford's out there. Copper Al Woodturn's out there. Wood Wizardry by Colin. Let's keep going. They were talking a lot, weren't they? Brian Lovin's out there. James Kevin's out there. Eric Winkler's out there. Let's keep going. Blue Light Turner's out there. Metal Tree Studios out there. Going. You sound hurry up as well. Faster, Jamie. Michael General Wood Turner's out there. Scott the Blue Light Tumblers out there. Dio the Vesper Prout is out there. I think that's everybody. I don't think I've missed anybody. If I have, I do apologise. Oh, Jar Jar Prout.
We need to make sure that we got plenty of baked beans when we meet up with Guy. Then fuel it up.
At the moment, that seems to be everybody in the chat.
Did you mention me?
I did, because you were saying
So we got 38 in, only 8 thumbs up. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up, guys.
You got Bram the Wades Mill Woodturn is out there.
Oh, hiya, Bram.
Spider Spid, yeah. He said apology accepted, so I must have missed Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Jen's out there.
Evening, Jennifer.
Hello, Jen.
Steve Ellis. Hi, Steve.
Mark's much better than this with me.
Yeah.
Right. The Virtual Craft Festival's out there. Speaking of the Virtual Craft Festival, That will be happening again next month at the end of the month
31st,
on
isn't it?
the 31st.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the last one.
Yeah. Well, not the
Last
last
one.
one.
Last one
It'll
of
be
the
the next.
month. Last day
It'll
of
be
the
the
month.
next one.
Yeah, that'll be the one
It'll be
after
the
that.
next one.
Folks,
It'll be
remember,
it'll be the last one on the July the 23rd on the July 2021.
if you like what Mr. Wayne the Woodturner's doing, remember, hit that thumbs up. At the top of the chat, we have a link to the one and only Mark the Gentleman Woodturner's video tonight, I think it is. It's a premiere tonight. So go and make sure you check that out. 9:30, Mark?
9:45.
9:45, my apologies. 9:45, make sure you go and see that. Virtual Craft Festival is back on at the end of July on the 31st. We have some awesome folks doing awesome things. So watch out for the promotional material starting to emerge for that.
Yeah.
From this angle, Wayne, that looks like a giant, I mean, one of those things Scott always seems to make.
A mess.
All right.
I was just thinking if he hollowed it out, it'd be a giant gin glass. Put my teeth in.
Really?
No,
I
it
thought-
wouldn't.
It looks like a
For your
giant.
brandy.
It looks like a giant, one of those things that Scott always buys from Ann Summers. Or is it supplies? I can't remember now.
Supplies, mate. Supplies.
Robert
that's
Lapsley's out there.
Hello, Robert.
Evening, Bob.
He keeps waiting for a genie to pop out.
Bad boy, Bobby.
Right, I'll get this drilled out now. I'll leave the sand in until later because this is very wet.
What was it? Underground, overground, tumbling free.
Mate, that really made me chuckle. Hey,
The Turner of Horsham is tumbling free.
I took a picture of it.
It was funny, wasn't it? I don't know where it came from. It's one of those moments where you just think, "Oi,"
Where is it? Underground, overground, tumbling free. The Turner of Horsham is tumbling free.
So nice to bar. Hi, Daniel.
Daniel.
Evening, Daniel.
If Bill and Ben were Texan, then Scott would be tumbleweed.
My word.
Weed.
Yeah, but it's better than being Mr. Tumble on your dad's play bus.
True. Little known
Today,
fact,
children?
little known fact, my dad's actually hit me with a bus before.
Forgot to measure this.
Today, children, we're going to look through the rectangle window. And watch Mr. Wayne do some turning.
It's a good picture tonight, Wayne.
Oh, thank you. I thought this.
Yeah.
I was going to use the overhead, but the overhead is very bleached out.
You want to have a fiddle with that?
I did, and I totally cocked it up, so I went back to where it was.
Right-o.
Have you noticed though, Dale, that since we was up there and I wrote Team Scroll Saw on his wall, his camera quality's gotten better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what's going on there.
Woodrow is a drew by Collins gun. Oh, flub, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, flub, blah, blah, blah. I think.
The question
Now,
is, Looby Loo going to get in Andy's box?
Holly is another one of these woods that cracks just about as soon as you look at it.
A bit like
So
cherry, yeah?
Yeah, and apple. So you need to either turn it straight away as soon as you get it, or make sure it is sealed properly.
I can hear the poor dog getting washed. He's not happy about it. Not happy.
Is he getting warm water, though, Dale?
Turner to Bra said, I had someone to ask me if I would be willing to make an earn, kind of an honour, but also rather sovereign. I've been in the same predicament before. I had to kindly refuse. I don't doubt myself for being able to do it. I just don't feel comfortable being the person to have that on my shoulders, being their last resting place.
Joe has a question which we can may introduce some lightness around. Joe's asking you how big it is, Wayne. Sorry, she's asking you how big the Forstner bit is.
Oh, the Forstner bit.
Forstner bit, yes.
That's a very good question, Joe. It is 1 1/4 inches, which is about 31 mil.
And that's on a warm day.
Yeah, and that's on a warm day, without being in an ice bath.
Door 60's him.
Evening, Door.
Mate. Robert Lapsley's got a question.
Yeah.
He says, does embellishing wax work on just wood, or is it more for painted pieces?
Well,
No,
you know, the principles of embellishing wax are very important. What they do is when you apply the embellishing wax, what it does is it makes the wood seem more interesting and more exciting than it ever was before. Just like your mate in the pub when he tells you that story about, how he dealt with those six blokes kind of thing, single-handed, or that young lady he managed to persuade to spend some time with him. It's completely false. Sorry, Wayne. I'll just shut up now. Let you do it properly.
Right. In answer to your question, yes, it can be used just on wood, preferably on an open-grained wood like oak or ash, because then the embellishing wax tends to stick in the soft grain.
Yeah.
And will get wiped off the hard grain, or it'll stick in the fast-growing grain and get wiped off the slow growth.
Mark Stroughton's just joined.
He said no one told him he was on.
It's Wednesday, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hello, Mark.
Wood Wizardry by Colin says, question JP, that #1 Holliver is amazing, total game changer. Yes, it certainly is.
Right, I'll just start hollowing this out now. Turn the speed up a bit. That's running at about 900. I'll just hollow out down a little way with the bull gouge, and then I'll swap over. I'll start off using my Sorby hollower.
Daniel Ross says, I love my Easy Tools Pro Hollower #1. Yeah, the Pro Hollowers are nice. I've got all 3 of them.
The other good thing about turning wet wood is it turns very, very easily.
Did Spinny tell you that?
Spinny told us that. The problems I am going to have is obviously because of all of the branches that are in this piece.
The branches.
Yep.
Got more branches than Greg. Let's get it in. I said it earlier.
Yeah, you had to get it in.
Daniel DeBar says, how does the termite tip tool and the hook tools compare with the other hollowers?
Right. Termite tip, I don't have one. The hook tool on this probably wouldn't work. well, it would work, but as you can see, with all these branch inclusions here, they obviously go all the way through. So the hook tool would be hitting onto side grain. It's not really meant for side grain, it's meant for end grain. He's looking for something again, and you can't see it.
I'm not sure if Joe's replying to Daniel, but she says it's a beast.
Oh, that'll be the because I'm sure Glenn's got a termite.
Would that be the ring one? Is that the termite one?
No, that's not the termite one. Termite is an American-made tool. I'm sure Glenn must have picked one up when he was over there. Again, I'm going to use a variety of hollowing tools tonight.
Cool.
I've put a new blade onto the Simon Hope one.
Chris spinning wood dodgers saying, is that brushy behind Wayne?
No. That's the floor brushy. This is brushy.
May have been him he was talking about because I could see brushy hiding in the distance.
All
Yeah,
right, okay.
That's what
All right, okay. Must be the camera angle.
The wooden handle you can see just around the chuck area. That's one half of the Legion of Broom.
Don't keep coming up with them. I'm trying to do all these things for the Y gang.
What a brush.
William Kennington. Hi, William.
How you doing?
William? Just getting rid of some of the shavings.
Stuart Ingrell in. Hi, Stuart.
Hiya, Stuart.
Hello, Stuart.
I love
Congrats.
that.
Barry's in.
I love that spinning wheel you did.
Yeah, I was going to say congrats on winning first prize, bud.
Right, so I'm trying out.
Can you whack a link to that in, Mark? I think I must have missed that.
I say that's a disturbing turn of phrase. You want to whack a link? Oh dear.
Right, so I'm using a new thing that Simon Hope's brought out, which is a teardrop. This is a high-speed steel disc on here. So we'll have a go with this and see how this works. Except me tail stock's in the way.
Folks, while Wayne's setting up, remember, if you like what Wayne's doing, hit that thumbs up. And if you really, really like what he's doing, you want to see more of his content, and you haven't already, please click that subscribe button and give that notification bell a ring.
Cheers, mate.
Over at top of the chat, we have a link to Mark the Gentleman Woodtunnel's premiere tonight at 9:45. And down in the description, you can find a link to buy Wayne a coffee if you really, really like what he's doing. And you want to make sure that he remains suitably hydrated throughout all of his woodtunning endeavours.
I see.
Rest down a bit.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Wood turning barbarism.
Hi,
Hey,
Barry.
Barry.
Hello, Barry.
Out in the chat, Wayne, you have a super chat from JP Woodwork. He asks, his inevitable question of practice piece.
It could well be. It could well be winging its way down at the weekend. Oh, and while we're on that subject, I'm afraid there won't be a live on Friday lunchtime because I'm travelling down south to see Dale and a couple of other reprobates.
Reprobates?
I'd forgotten about that. I must remember to put the gates up so you can't get in.
William, it's a piece of holly.
If you do that though, Dale, he'll be standing at the gate shouting, "Freedom!"
He's from north of England. He won't be shouting that.
He's got to come over Adrian's wall, won't he?
No.
No.
No. No. No. No. No. No. No. No. No. No.
Is that higher up than mine then?
No.
No.
It's just that particular area, it doesn't exist anymore.
No. It's go.
Wayne will be coming down singing Fog on the Tinies, oh mine, oh mine.
He's gonna get to the toll road and he's go, "You're joking, man."
Yeah, and that's before I pay.
He could get to Hadrian's Wall and say, I don't have to pay, I built it.
I was there. He can say,
Yeah.
"True enough, Mark. True enough."
It's sucky.
Will you stop it?
Right, how am I doing? Oh, not so bad. Not so bad.
Brushy, spinny, drilly, Jamie. I mean, what?
And blowy for the compressor.
Oh, blowy. That's correct. Blowy.
And Scorchy. And Burnley.
And Bernie. Grilly. Eric Winkler says, am I here yet? Is that Holly? Yes, it is, Eric.
It is Holly, but she's thinking changing her name to Susan.
Daniel's asking,
And
so
it's
is the
good.
hollow named Chewy?
It's going to end up about 6 inches by about 4.5 diameter.
Serious question, Wayne. Just
Yeah.
how many slices of lawn sausage are you bringing?
I'm getting 3 packs of 12.
Okay.
Unless you think I should get more.
I'm just wondering if, like I said, I'm just wondering how many I should actually put out for real people and how much I should squirrel away.
Well, I'm bringing 1 pack down for you to put in the freezer.
Oh, good man. In which case, I think that'll be enough. We're off to catch a swordfish tomorrow night.
Excellent.
You're doing that with Tumblr Scott SquarePants.
No, I'm going to do it with Madam Kirkwood.
Ah, okay.
Are you off to wing it?
We are indeed. The great thing about going into Wing Yip when you have a lady from that part of the world is she can read the text and what it really is.
No, I've never been in there.
Really?
Eric Winkler says, question. How deep can you go with that hollowing tool? My Sorby can only do 5.5 to 6 inches.
Right, the Sorby one, you can only do obviously the length of the bar with the Sorby one. With this one, probably the deepest you should probably go is probably around about 6 inches. With this one, you can go a hell of a lot further because this is a 3/4 inch bar. Although I am getting a little bit of vibration using this, it's probably meant to be used in the hollowing jig.
And Di's asking, have you caught that haggis?
Yeah.
Jar Jar Prout. How deep is that vase? How deep is that vase?
In fact, I might even get a haggis to slice up as well.
Douglas Mungum says, "All hail the Wood Jedi. Are pull cuts better than push cuts when hollowing like you are doing?"
I think so, yes. And what I've done with this, I've actually got, I'll show you the tip first. I've got the tip lined up with the 3 Allen screws that hold the bar in. So I can tell when the cutter is horizontal. And if I want, I can actually use, where am I? I can use the Allen keys so I can turn it on its side and tell what angle it's at.
That's a good idea.
Anyone else think Wayne thought of that?
That wasn't my idea, by the way.
Where would they know?
Did we read out the question by Douglas?
What about the push cuts?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
mate. Yeah.
All right, sorry. I was looking for links.
You can always try right guard.
And links with a K.
Took me a minute there.
Is that a carbide tip, Wayne, or a high-speed steel?
No, this one's the cupped carbide on this one,
Right, right.
which is already set at a 45-degree angle.
JP traditional tool, that is.
It's really finding it quite difficult on the, obviously the, like I said, with the branches, it's finding it quite difficult. What have I got up here? I'm just going to swap out that teardrop cutter for just a round high-speed steel cutter. I'll just be a minute or two. Speak amongst yourselves.
That's all the time. I've got nothing to say.
You're joking, man.
You're joking. Douglas Mungum says, "I think Wayne cut in stone how to turn." Wayne wrote it on the pyramids.
I'm
Graffiti.
fairly comfortable as a hieroglyph from ancient Egypt and the National History Museum that has a Wayne on it.
Joe's asking,
It's actually
how
not
long, will,
Genie. Sorry.
how long will the wood take to dry?
Once I get this turned, it'll not take very long at all. What might happen, depending on how thin I do the piece, is that where these branches are will probably end up cracking. but I'm not overly concerned about that.
Might
I
give
think
it a
I
nice
probably,
effect.
I think I probably will colour this.
Andy Heels in. Hi, Andy.
Hello, Andy.
Talk of cracking and Andy appears.
I was just thinking that.
I'm a mind reader, Wayne.
Yeah, that's getting through it better, isn't it?
Yeah, ain't it just?
Making an exciting noise.
Isn't it just though? Probably because I'm being quite aggressive with it.
Does anyone remember Charlton and the Wheelies?
Can't say I do, mate.
Interesting. If Hugh was here, he'd be going, "Oh yeah." Just reminds me of one of the characters from Charlton and the Wheelies.
Follow-up question from Joe.
Yeah,
If it does crack, will you leave it or fill it?
I'll leave it, Joe.
Di Prout says, little old lady.
That's it. Dies in. At least dies there. In this particular case, this is one of the toadies.
Chris Spinning Dodger says yesterday, being called Charlton, he couldn't get away from it.
Mm-hmm. So we know Chris's second name. Dun, 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 dun.
Chris, get it. Brilliant lathe. It's the same as Wayne's using right now. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. Don't think about it.
Just a
buy it.
fire. Young Terence is in. Hi, Terry.
Evening, Terry.
Oh,
Hi,
it's Terry.
Hello, Terry.
Give that a clean out again, and I think I'll start some sanding. So I don't think this bar is going to go all the way down.
So in case folks haven't heard, the Harrogate show appears to have been cancelled this year, which is a proper shame.
Got it.
Yeah, it seems like that was everybody's out. It should make a sense of what we're going ahead.
So I don't know, but we might, Jamie, we might have to do a not so virtual craft show in the north of England somewhere, kind of make up for it.
Yeah.
So watch this space, folks. We're gonna see what we can cook up.
Alright, just a wee bit more to do on the inside, then I'll should be finished.
You're not going to do no colouring this time then, Wayne?
Yes, I am.
Oh, you just meant finish hollowing the inside.
Yeah, finish hollowing the inside.
Are you going to do it a different colour than blue today, this time?
Yes, I'm going to do this one black and ruby. It'll have a base coat of black on there, and then I'll do ruby over the top of it.
Nice.
Martin of Woody's Creation says, come round to his place instead of Harrogate. Lots of room in his 6x10 shed.
So I mean, we should be able to find a venue that will let us have a bunch of live turners and makers from across the UK. If we can get them in for a day of demos and some food and alcohol in the evenings. So we'll see what we can do, folks, and we'll keep you up to date.
Yeah. I do agree with Douglas. Outcomes the football can happen, and these
Yeah.
mega events can't.
Yeah.
It's a big shame.
It's all about money at the end of the day.
Yeah, they've got the money to put it on and bribe people probably.
We ain't got the money
Joe's
to run now.
asked another question.
Allegedly,
She
Jamie.
says, "Yeah, allegedly." Joe had another question. Let me just quickly scroll back up, unless somebody asked it already. If I have, stop me mid thing. He says, "Will the colour lighten or darken it as it dries?"
It'll probably stay fairly dark, Joe, to tell you the truth. I did one similar to this last year, I think it was, and with the black and the ruby, and it was on a piece where the cracks did open up, and it was a really nice effect.
Yeah.
Wayne and Valerie are in. Hi, Wayne. Hi, Valerie.
Hi,
There's
and Colin has also said there's also questions over the Chestnut weekend too.
Oh, I've not seen that.
Right, so that's a 120.
I mean,
No,
a lot
we'll
all
go.
depends what happens on the 19th of July, doesn't it?
We're having good authority that we're going to get unleashed. But that's not the problem, though. It's the probability of a winter lockdown or restrictions as the cases rise should winter come back in. You know, so if you get offered the opportunity to go for a booster, boys and girls, booster jab, please go and get your booster jab. Keep us all safe.
Right, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to start the parting cut, and that way I can get it sanded properly at the base.
You have 54 watching, young Wayne. Folks, if you like what Wayne's doing, remember, hit that thumbs up. And if you're not already a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button and give that notification bell a ring. That'll tell the YouTube algorithm you really like what you see from Wayne, and because Wayne tags these videos, it'll let the YouTube algorithm start suggesting other good wood turning videos that are out there. At the top of the chat, we have a link to Mark the Gentleman Woodturner's premiere tonight at 9:45. Make sure you go and check that out. And if you think Wayne's looking thirsty, you can hit the link down in his description to buy the man a coffee, which will probably be a wine, which is probably, it's pretended to be a coffee, but it's really a wine. And it's really a wine because he doesn't like flavored coffee, so it has to be flavored wine. And anyway, that's how that all works out. So just buy him a coffee. All right.
All words to that effect.
Mr. Go compares in.
Go compare.
Evening,
Hi,
Shug.
Huey.
Oh. There's no really, so I mean, having had a look into this, Pete, there's no liability if the venue has the people mostly staying over, and if the venue is suitably located. It's when you start to reach the hundreds of people rather than the tens of people. That's really the challenge with both the Harrogate show and the Chestnut weekend. If it's 40, 50, 60 people showing up for a day of live demos, it's perfectly okay.
I wonder if there could be some sort of event put on where it's like outside with like massive teepees or something, or massive.
Perfectly all right outside. Perfectly all right if you do it outside, but it is the north of England, so it's going to be chilly. So we'd have to call it a frostbite, or something like that, with lots of fun in the sun. So we'll see what we can do. Might come to nothing. Watch this space. The not so virtual craft festival.
That looks black.
Is that your dog? Dale?
Yes. He thinks it's a
Getting
great
quiet.
idea. But we've seen the craft shows up at Inverness. go ahead, and quite a few others that have successfully managed to work through the liabilities on this. But most of the other shows are kind of geared up around the idea of big folks coming to sell you lots and lots of stuff rather than makers getting together to enjoy each other's company and talent. I mean, we'll just do a straw. Let's do a straw man on this. Mark, Scott, Jamie, if you were provided the opportunity to demo for a group of like-minded makers, would you take it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably.
Probably. Wayne?
I'll be there.
So there we go. So there's a gang already. I'm sure there'll be more.
Right, so that's the black. I'll just dry that off a little bit.
Heaty.
Will you stop it?
Hottie.
Yeah,
Because
Hottie. Yeah, there you go. That's better.
blowy hottie.
Because if you don't, you're going to get introduced to Slappy. followed up with possibly Thumpy.
Decky.
Right. That's nice and dry. I'm gonna go over this now with a 600 again, just to knock some of the black back.
Huey says melty.
Sounds like a burger.
Huey's going to be introduced to fucking Spidey soon.
Has it arrived yet?
No, not yet. Still waiting.
Glenn, the Yorkshire gets in. Hi, Glenn.
Evening, Glenn.
Aye, Glenn.
He apologises, so sorry he was late. He was cooking tea.
No worries, mate. No worries.
Okay.
What did you have? Can't just give us half a story.
Whatever deliverer delivered.
I'm up for watching the demos, but don't let Scott tutor me on the Coronet Herald.
Who said that?
Oh, the Sheffield Sasquatch himself.
I'm not getting a herald now, though.
Good.
No,
Yeah,
it doesn't really matter about the lathe. It was the actually training that he was meaning.
Oh, right. I'm going bigger.
It's compensating.
Yeah, definitely.
He's putting it on stilts.
I did.
That's called aunt's inheritance.
Glenn had
Mince and
onion.
onion with tatties and carrots and swede.
Swede. Is that like, a member of ABBA?
I had fish sticks.
That's bold.
Pete's dinner sounds nice. He had steak with mushrooms and corn.
The
I'm having
internet is for
sausage.
corn. The internet is for corn.
I'm having sausage sandwiches.
Right, and here goes the ruby now.
Here it comes. No, it doesn't. She's out in the
Ruby,
chat.
Ruby, Ruby.
Do 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 do.
Need to keep taking the meds.
Oh, here she comes. It's another colour.
What it is you're doing, you crazy man, you.
The
Jen
envoy.
said
Is
beef
that the middle one?
stroganoff.
The envoy.
The what?
The envoy. Is that the middle one?
Yes.
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 Yeah,
The
that's what I'm
Regent's
looking
the biggest.
The Regent's the one Brian's got.
Yeah, Regent's the biggest one, yeah.
at. Yeah.
Quite like
give
the
that a dry off.
Get another coronet and a regent. What do you think? Go in.
Yes.
go big or go home.
Compensate. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Clearly I've got a very, 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 very small tool to attack the wood with. So I've got to have a big, big, big lathe to compensate.
Right, now I'll...
Glyn says Joe's just got a herald. Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
She allowed in the workshop? Is she allowed in Yorkshire Great HQ yet? I mean, are you allowed her in?
Yeah, Joe's just got a herald, but it's still in the box.
Next to...
Next to the diamond belt.
I was going to say that, but I backed off.
Steve's got a CL4, hasn't he?
I think it is, yeah.
Well, if Diamond Bell wouldn't be next to Herald, then it'd be next to a CL4.
Steady on.
Well, Glyn should be getting his diamond belt back because he's going down to see Steve on his tour in the middle of next month.
Oh, so Joe's allowed in there under supervision. She's all
Well,
right.
So who's Glyn getting in then?
And Martin at Woody Creations saying, what? A Triumph herald?
Yes. With an M33 attachment to the rear wheels.
Can't wait to see what Joe makes. Looking forward to it.
She's allowed in the workshop, but she's not allowed near the bandsaw. She keeps
But it's
breaking
her,
them.
but it's her bandsaw.
She keeps breaking it.
But it's her bandsaw, along with her. Actually, isn't it a record power bandsaw you have, Joe?
No, it's a Basato.
Is it?
Yes.
It's record power. It's a record
Well,
power.
that was a Renault.
David Heath just joined.
Hello, David. Yeah, she's got a record power scroll saw. She's got the SS16V.
Did you talk to your dad about collecting this bandsaw, Mr. Page?
I don't think he'd be able to take it down because he's got to move my niece from her university because it's the end of her first year.
All right.
So there'll be no one to help him unload it.
Okay, doke. Peter Corrigan's in. Says hi, Wayne Scott and all. Hi, Wayne Dale Scott and all.
Good evening.
It's a BS 250, lol, and a record power. She does have a record power bandsaw. A BS 250.
Okay. Right, so I've put acrylic sand and sealer on this, the spray-on type. And now, rather than knock this back using a piece of web racks, I'm using Yorkshire grit.
With hands that feel pity can be soft as your face. With light, white, Yorkshire gritty.
Lightweight.
Yeah.
Politically
Microphone.
correct.
No, this is the original.
Oh no, light brown, Yorkshire gritty. It looked white on the camera.
Turn the speed down. Around about 250 to start off with.
Douglas is saying he doesn't hear Jaffas being eaten. No, I'm on dairy milk tonight.
And we're on to the strawberry and vanilla cornetos.
If you listen very closely, you'll hear a bottle of wine shouting, "Get a bloody move on, I need to get opened."
If you hear extra carefully, you can hear Alan.
So there's 60 people watching and only 36 thumbs up. So if you do enjoy what Wayne is doing, please smash that thumbs up. Show Wayne some love.
Right, turn the speed up a little bit, get a fresh piece of paper, and carry on working this in. How are we doing on time?
Good
10
man,
to.
you're at 10-2.
Grand.
You've certainly done this in Warp Factor Wayne.
And speed up again. Fresh piece of paper.
Huey says, just one corner toe, or give me two. I'll eat them quickly, and so will you. Chris has asked you if he's bored. Oh, he told me I was supposed to sing it. Oh, my bad. Hello,
Right,
Peter. No worries, mate.
I'll just get my airline and blow the residual grit out of that. I bet the bloody compressor comes on.
Chloe.
And we'll just finish this off with some Hampshire Sheen microcrystalline wax.
Huey's asking if that's blasty.
Plastic.
That would be squeezy, because it's a compressor. Boom, boom.
Blowy.
Thought the fan was blowy.
Nah, fan's
Didn't know
cooler.
that.
What fan?
I didn't know you had a fan.
The one on top of your wood burner.
Oh, that's broken.
It's knackety.
It's knackety. Yeah, I think it got too hot and stopped working.
Sorry, Peter.
I'm actually going to leave this on the tenon because this is going to need a good few more coats of wax, obviously, because there's some parts where it's not taken properly. So I'll leave this on the tenon at the moment, but I'll pop this off so I can show you what it's like. If I can get this thing out of the flaming chuck. See, now this is what happens when you use the sea jaws and you put a groove in the wood. It doesn't want to come out. Move that out the way. Move that out the way. Bring my stool back. Where the hell's my mouse gone? Who moved that? Oh yeah, that was me, wasn't it?
We'll be over there.
Be over here.
Told you.
You've been trying to kill it with a WD-40 again.
No. Right. Where am I? I want the camera change, idiot. There we go. So there you go, guys.
Looks good.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Cool.
Nice, mate.
So you get, I mean, holly can be pretty bland grain-wise, but when you get a piece that's got branches coming out and stick a bit of colour on, it turns out not that bad.
Nice job.
And Shug's asking, was that stool a sample? Yes, it was, Shug. Right,
Getting lots
so
of
I'll
nice comments, Wayne.
bring you guys back
Superb,
in.
Wayne says Stuart. Looks fantastic. Nice piece.
Grand, excellent. Thank you very much, everybody. Just a reminder, I'll not be on Friday lunchtime because I'm travelling down to Deals, so I won't be back until next Wednesday doing another live, unless we do some impromptu lives at the weekend.
There's an idea.
We may well do that. Mark's on after me tonight. He's on at 9:45. The link is at the top of the chat. It's also
Thank
in the
you.
description. And he's doing a textured spalted beach bowl, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's the second one because he didn't switch the camera on for the first one.
It's true.
So he's doing that. Friday night, I should be down to Deals in time to take part in the quiz because I'm planning on setting off early on Friday morning, so I should be in for the quiz on Friday night. If I'm not able to get there in time, I will let Steve know.
No, just stop at the services, relax, and do it from your phone.
Oh no, I couldn't be asked doing that. No. At least if I get down to yours, I can have a glass of wine while I'm doing it, or a bottle, I should say.
Oh yes, that's whiskey.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to head off and go and see to this bottle of wine that's been shouting at us, and I will see everybody next week, or at some point over the weekend. Right, guys. Night for now.